British television favourite Ben Shephard has always been known for his warm smile, quick humour, and calm presence on morning television. Whether presenting Good Morning Britain or entertaining viewers on quiz shows, Ben has built a reputation as one of the most relatable faces on British TV. But behind the cameras and polished broadcasts, the presenter experienced a deeply emotional and challenging chapter during the coronavirus lockdown, one that transformed the way he viewed family life, fatherhood, and even himself. During an honest and heartfelt conversation on BBC Radio 5 Live with Nihal Arthanaik, Ben opened up about the reality of spending months at home with his wife Annie Shephard and the two teenage sons, Jack and Sam. His reflections painted a vivid picture of a family navigating uncertainty together while also rediscovering the importance of connection. At the beginning of lockdown, like millions across the world, Ben found himself suddenly removed from the hectic pace of daily life. For years, his schedule had been dominated by early mornings, television commitments, and constant travel. Family time often had to fit around work obligations. But when the pandemic forced the country into isolation, everything changed almost overnight. Ben admitted that in those first few weeks, he experienced something unexpected: happiness. Even speaking about it later brought mixed emotions. While the pandemic caused heartbreak and devastation for countless families, Ben confessed there was a quiet sense of gratitude inside his own home. For the first time in years, every member of the family was together under one roof without the usual distractions pulling them in different directions. The presenter described the strange feeling of guilt that came with enjoying those moments. News reports were filled with tragedy, fear, and uncertainty, yet inside his home there were long breakfasts, family conversations, games, walks, and precious hours spent together. Ben explained that the slower pace of life gave the family a rare opportunity to truly reconnect. The weather during those early weeks of lockdown also helped create an almost surreal atmosphere. Sunny afternoons and peaceful streets contrasted sharply with the frightening headlines dominating television screens. Ben recalled how the easing of work pressures allowed the family to breathe in a way they hadn't done for years. For Ben and Annie, it became a chance to rediscover family routines that had slowly disappeared over time. Meals were shared together daily. Conversations became longer and more meaningful. There was suddenly time to check in emotionally with one another rather than simply rushing through busy schedules. As a father, Ben cherished the opportunity to spend uninterrupted time with Jack and Sam. Both boys were entering their teenage years, a stage when children often begin seeking more independence and naturally spend less time with parents. Yet lockdown temporarily brought everyone back together. Ben described how the experience allowed the family to learn new things about one another. The four of them began developing new habits, new conversations, and even new ways of supporting each other emotionally. It reminded him how valuable simple togetherness can be. But as the weeks turned into months, the emotional reality of lockdown began to hit. The novelty slowly faded, replaced by frustration, exhaustion, and emotional strain. Like many households across Britain, the Shephard family started struggling with the loss of routine. Days blended into one another. Time became difficult to track. Without school runs, work schedules, sports activities, and social plans, the structure that once organized daily life disappeared. Ben admitted this period became mentally difficult for him. The uncertainty surrounding how long restrictions would last created a growing sense of helplessness. Every extension of lockdown felt emotionally heavier than the last. The family began experiencing moments of tension, sadness, and anxiety. Ben openly acknowledged that there were days when he personally struggled to cope. Rather than hiding those feelings, however, the family decided to confront them together. Ben revealed that the four of them eventually sat down and had honest conversations about how they were coping emotionally. They spoke openly about their frustrations, fears, and dependence on one another. Those discussions became an important turning point inside the household. The presenter emphasized how vital communication became during that period. Instead of pretending everything was fine, the family allowed themselves to be vulnerable. Ben explained that acknowledging emotional struggles actually strengthened their bond. His honesty resonated with many listeners because it reflected what countless families experienced behind closed doors during the pandemic. Parents across the country faced similar challenges while trying to support children who were also missing school, friendships, and normal life. Ben also spoke candidly about the dynamics between his two sons. Like many brothers close in age, Jack and Sam have very different personalities despite sharing a strong friendship. Ben affectionately described Jack as the more emotional and explosive of the two. Though physically smaller, Jack was often the louder presence during disagreements and moments of frustration. Sam, meanwhile, was portrayed as calmer and more gentle in nature. Ben explained that while tensions occasionally became physical between the brothers, their bond remained incredibly strong underneath the occasional argument. The television host's humorous comparison between raising boys and caring for energetic dogs quickly caught attention online. Ben joked that boys simply need to run every day, explaining that keeping them physically active was essential for maintaining peace at home. Behind the humor, however, was a very real parenting challenge. Teenage boys suddenly confined indoors for weeks at a time created enormous amounts of pent-up energy. Sports activities stopped. School routines vanished. Social lives disappeared overnight. Ben admitted the household could become chaotic whenever the boys lacked opportunities to exercise and release that energy. Daily exercise soon became one of the family's most important coping mechanisms. Walks, bike rides, outdoor games, and physical activity offered brief moments of normality amid the uncertainty. Ben said that as long as the boys could stay active,